Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am back today with a tiny Goodwill haul. We stopped by the Goodwill Superstore so Greg could see it today. And I also went to a book sale at a neighboring library called the Oakley Library. It's just one town over. We got this little table. You can't see all of it, but it's just a little end table. But we use it in the middle, because it's so small, use it in the middle of our living room like a coffee table, kind of. It's just so I can have a place to sit, put my makeup on, and scan my receipts when I'm doing that kind of thing. And then I'm using it to show all of my things on this video. But anyways, we went to the Goodwill Superstore this morning because I saw a shoe rack there yesterday. I think it was $9.99. We went back today to see if it was still there. I knew I couldn't get it by myself yesterday, so I thought with Greg with me, maybe it was still there, but it was not. So we ended up picking up this table. This table was $24.99. We also made a donation, and they gave us a $5 off coupon, but it is only good for like 3 days. But I did pick up a couple of little things. I knew I wanted a little picture. This one has geese on it. It has a price tag over it. I wonder if I can get that off. I don't think maybe I can. No, I can't. I'll have to use my Goo Gone. But anyways, this is just a little picture. You could put little stems in it or something. Here's the other side. It looks kind of handmade, hand-painted. But I had a picture setting on my little plant stand next to my plant, but the picture that I had was too small, so I needed a little bigger one. And we've kind of been incorporating some blue into our home, so I picked this one up. It was $4.99. And then I saw this one. Even though it's still small, it won't fit for what I was going to use it for. I'm going to use that little geese one. But this one was just so pretty. I have not looked it up, but it does have some markings on the bottom. I'll have to use Google Lens and see what they mean, but it was $5.99. But it is so cute. Just a little picture. I could put it on my kitchen counter in the bathroom and just put some little stems in it. It was $5.99. So I picked that up. And then I did see just a couple more books. I just got 3 of them, but they were like, I think they're new releases. So this one is called The Reading Group. By Elizabeth Noble, and it was $2.99, and it says the reading group follows the trials and tribulations of a group of women who meet regularly to read and discuss books. Over the course of a year, each of these women's lives becomes intertwined both through the books they read and the real life stories they tell. So, super cute book. Let's see how it has a book club guide in the back. So we may use it as a book club book next time in my Facebook group. If you would like to join my Facebook book club, just leave me a comment down below and I'll give you the link. 429 pages, so that looks good. This one I don't think is a new release. It is book 1 in the Garden trilogy. I love Nora Roberts. It's called Blue Dahlia, $2.29. And it says Stella has a passion for planning that keeps her from taking too many risks, but when she opens her heart to a new love, she discovers that she will fight to the death to protect what is hers. Oh, it's cute. I would like to frame that. but I cannot desecrate a book. 387 pages. And then this one is pretty new. It actually looks brand new. It was $2.99. It's by the author Elin Hilderbrand. I love her books. It's called Summer People. Every summer, the Newton family retreats to their beloved home on Nantucket for 3 months of sunshines, cookouts, and bonfires on the beach. But this summer will not be like any other. When prominent attorney Arch Newton dies in a plane crash, his beautiful widow, Beth, can barely keep things together. She decides that she must continue the family tradition of going to Nantucket and at the same time fulfill a promise that Arch made before he died. Beth invites Marcus, the son of Arch's most challenging client, to spend the summer with her and her teenage twins, Winnie and Garrett, who have mixed reactions to sharing their special summer place. Nantucket becomes the scene of turbulent emotions as Marcus, Winnie, and Garrett learn about loss, first love, and betrayal. And when they stumble upon a shocking secret from Beth's past, they must keep it from destroying the family they've been trying so hard to heal. So, you know how I love a good summer read. And then the book sale had a lot of books. Most of them were 25 cents to 50 cents. And it was kind of weird because you can either pay cash or you can donate through Venmo. It's like just an honesty thing. You just add up your books and then you scan their QR code. It takes you to their Venmo, and then you can pay exactly what you owe or just donate above what you owe. I found this devotional. It's called 5 Minutes in the Morning, Daily Devotions for Women, 365 Inspirations to Encourage Your Soul Every Day of the Year. So I thought I would start doing devotion every day again. So I picked that up. If it wasn't on the cart that was for a quarter or 50 cents, the quarter books were like some books they wanted to get rid of, but they were paperbacks and 50 cents for the hardbacks. So I did pick up several of those. This one is called The Center of Everything by Laura Moriarty. It says Evelyn Bucknow is living with her single mother, Tina, in a small apartment outside Kerrville, Kansas. Though Tina is warm and loving, she is still immature and young, prone to making hot-headed decisions that help create a precarious financial situation for her increasingly anxious daughter. When Tina's failed romance with her married boss leaves her jobless and desperate, Evelyn turns to her grandmother in an effort to distance herself from what she perceives as her mother's irresponsibility, immortality, and plain bad luck. But even the firmest convictions can crumble over time. As Evelyn winces her way through the trials of adolescence, she comes to realize that fortune, like people, can't always be categorized as good or bad. A curious student and a careful observer of her teachers, she learns the hardest lessons when confronted by the unexpected. A birth, a death, and the sting of unrequited love help Evelyn discover that luck is a tricky business and a humbled compassion for others may be the greatest blessing of all. So, The Center of Everything. Then I picked up by Jude Deveraux, Lavender Morning. This is book 1 in this exciting new Elin series. I won't read you all of what it is about, but I do like Jude Deveraux as an author. They put the date of when they put it out, and if it stays on the shelf too long, then I guess they move it to the sale cart. Usually in our town, the book sales are like once every 3 months, at least at our local library. This library has their book sale going on constantly. So I did get one cookbook, Recipes from a Kitchen Garden. So I never thought I'd be the person that goes through cookbooks, but I do. And these have a lot of garden recipes that you use a lot of fruits and vegetables for. So I picked that up. This one is Ladder of Years by Ann Tyler. She's also a really good author. It just says, Baltimore woman disappears during family vacation. Oh, this looked really good. Declares the headline. 40-year-old Delia Grinstead is last seen strolling down the Delaware shore wearing nothing more than a bathing suit and carrying a beach tote with $500 tucked inside. To her husband and 3 almost grown children, she has vanished without a trace or reason. But for Delia, who feels like a tiny gnat buzzing around her family's edges, walking away from it all is not a premeditated act, but an impulse that will lead her into a new, exciting, and unimagined life. So, yeah, I've never really wanted just to walk away and disappear, especially with, you know, I have kids too, and I've just never thought of that. This, I think, is pretty new. It's called The Push by Ashley Audrain. It is a New York Times bestseller. Blythe Connor is determined that she will be the warm, comforting mother to her new baby, Violet, that she herself never had. But in the exhaustion of early motherhood, Blythe becomes convinced that something is wrong with her daughter. Or is it all in Blythe's head? The more her husband, Fox, who names their kids Fox, dismisses her fears, the more Blythe begins to question her own sanity. Then their son, Sam, is born, and with him, Blythe has the blissful connection she'd always imagined with her child. But when their lives are changed in an instant, the devastating fallout forces Blythe to face the truth. So, The Push. And then, let's see. The Knitting Circle by Anne Hood. It's probably just what it is. It's kind of like a book club, but they do knitting. After the loss of her only child, Mary Baxter finds herself unable to, let's see what the sticker, to read or write, the activities that used to be her primary source of comfort. She reluctantly joins a knitting circle as a way to fulfill her lonely days, not knowing it will change her life. As they teach Mary new knitting techniques, the women in the club also reveal their own secrets of lost love and hope. With time, Mary is finally able to tell her own story of grief, and in doing so, finds the spark of life again. So that looked really good. I've never lost a child. I couldn't even imagine such a thing. This one is kind of folded and torn up. It was on the sale cart, so I think I paid $1 for it. It is Famous in a Small Town by Viola Shipman. I love reading about small towns because I grew up in a small town. So I'm going to read that one. Promises to Keep, a novel by Jane Green. She also wrote The Beach House. So, let's see. It just talks, as you'll see, I like novels about everyday life, like contemporary novels, everyday life, that, you know, you just read about families' problems and their successes and falling in love or somebody dying. Just the everyday life, just contemporary novels. This book is called Good in Bed by Jennifer Weiner, I think. I don't think it's Weiner. It says funny, fanciful, extremely poignant, and rich with insight. For 28 years, things have been tripping along nicely for canny Shapiro, sure her mother has come charging out of the closet and her father has long since dropped out of her world, but she loves her friends, her rat terrier Nifkin, and her job as a pop culture reporter for the Philadelphia Examiner. She's even made a tenuous peace with her plus-size body, but the day she opens up a national women's magazine and sees the words "loving a larger woman" above her ex-boyfriend's byline, Canny is plunged into misery and the most amazing year of her life. From Philadelphia to Hollywood and back home again, she charts a new course for herself, mourning her losses, facing her past, and figuring out who she is and who she can become. So that looks really good. I think it's kind of newish as well. Here's another hardback. Oh, this is Kristin Hannah. She is a pretty famous author. This is called Comfort and Joy. I'm assuming it is a Christmas novel. It says a modern day fairy tale. Kristin Hannah gives us a very special gift. The heartwarming story of a woman at a crossroads caught between two lives who finds a second chance at happiness. So, that looks really good. I may wait and read that at Christmas time. Who knows? Here is Anne River Siddons. It's called Off Season. For as long as she can remember, they were Cam and Lily, happily married parents of a beautiful family and partners in life. Then, after decades of marriage, it ended as every great love story does, in loss. After Cam's death, Lily takes a solitary road trip to her and Cam's favorite spot in Maine, a place where they fell in love and where their ghosts still dance. There she looks hard to her past, to a first love that ended in tragedy, to meeting Cam, to a marriage filled with exuberance and safety, to try to make sense of her future. It is a journey that begins with tender memories and culminates in a revelation that will make Lily reevaluate everything she thought was true about her husband and her marriage. I wonder if she finds out a secret about him. So, and then this one is called A Fall Together by Jennifer O'Neill. Says friendship has been called a well-worn path between two homes, but for these 7 women, it's a divinely routed roadmap to a small southern town where hearts intersect and will never again uncross, come what may. Real life, with its greatest hurts and grandest dreams, is the basis for their story, as told in the book A Fall Together, the first book in the series. Varied in age, ethnicity, background, and economic status, these characters are united by their spiritual crossroads and the determination to face their personal issues with brave hope. So I will look for that book, A Fall Together, so I can read the first one. I can probably check it out at the library or through Hoopla. The next book, oh wait, this one's one in a series. Let's see. Oh, here's the first book, The Friday Night Knitting Club. It says it's like Still Magnolias set in Manhattan. It's by Kate Jacobs. So this is the first one, and then Knit 2 is the second book in the series. So looking forward to both of those. And then just a couple more. Book Club for Troublesome Women. I've seen this on Book Talk a lot. So looking forward to reading that. It is fairly new. And then While My Sister Sleeps by Barbara Delinsky. And I think this one is sisters, like one of them is sick, I think. Once again, Barbara Delinsky delivers a masterful family portrait exploring the emotionally complex territory shared by sisters. I have 2 sisters, actually, and a brother. Despite her successful career in horticulture, Molly Snow still lives in the shadow of her sister, Robin, a world-class runner for whom she has felt over the years everything from love to resentment. Still, their bond is deep, and when Robin is stricken by a massive heart attack, Molly is devastated, especially since they argued the last time they talked. After learning that Robin may never regain consciousness, Molly's parents can't cope, leaving her to sort through Robin's things. But what she finds shatters some of her most cherished beliefs about the sister she thought she knew. So that is really big print. So that is all the books that I got from the book sale. I am currently reading, I just finished reading, actually, the Lori Gilmore series, Pumpkin Spice Cafe, that whole series. I just finished the last book in that series. Something about daisies. I can't remember what the title is. And so, I'm starting a new book. I'm not sure which one I'm going to start. But leave me a comment down below what you're currently reading. Let me know. Are you a reader? Do you have time to read? Do you like to read? I read all the time. I always have a book going. I have it on my phone and then my Kindle so I can read it out if I'm at a doctor's appointment or something. I always have one that I'm listening to on Audible. I listen to them in my car if it's just me. So, and I actually read 2 or 3 books at the same time. I'm just someone that can do that. I never thought I would do that. But I do that because sometimes you're not in the mood to pick up or read the book that you've been reading. And by having 2 or 3 started, I always have the mood to read one of them. So let me know in the comments what you're reading. And yeah, so that is the video. I do have still a box of crafty stuff that was sent to me. So I will be doing a video on that. But I hope everyone has a wonderful 4th of July. And I'll be back soon with another crafty, planner, or beauty video.